concrete at a distance. Everything about the laws of physics conspires to stop you from communicating faster than light, including what's called action at a distance.
As far as we currently know.
As far as we know.
And that's the problem. So if you look at the leap from like Newtonian physics to Einstein, right? With Newton, we're able to explain a whole bunch of shit. The world seems really simple. It's forces and it's masses, and that's basically it. You got objects. But then people go, oh, look at like the orbit of Mercury. It's a little wobbly. We got to fix that. And it turns out that if you're going to fix that one stupid wobbly orbit, you need to completely change your whole picture of what's true in the world. All of a sudden, you've got a world where space and time are linked together. They get bent by gravity, they get bent by energy. There's all kinds of weird shit that happens with time and length control, like all that stuff, all just to account for this one stupid observation of the wobbly orbit of frickin' Mercury. And the challenge is this might actually end up being true with quantum mechanics. In fact, we know quantum mechanics is broken because it doesn't actually fit with our theory of general relativity from Einstein. We can't make them kind of play nice with each other at certain scales. And so there's our wobbly orbit. So now if we're going to solve that problem, if we're going to create a unified theory, we're going to have to step outside of that, and almost certainly, or it seems very likely, we'll have to refactor our whole picture of the universe in a way that's just as fundamental as the leap from Newton to Einstein.
This is where Scarlett Johansson comes in. Says,
I
boys, I can do this. You don't have to do this. I can take this off your hands.
Let me solve
this is
all of physics
really
for you.
complicated, but because you have a simian brain. You have a little monkey brain that's just like super advanced, but it's really shitty.
You know what? That's harsh, but it sounded really hot.
Yeah, especially if you have the horse, Scarlett Johansson from Her, like the bedtime voice.
So you're the one that they got to do the voice of Sky.
Yes, it's me.
That was you.
Oh, dude.
The whole
I did
time.
my girl voice.
on the sexiness of Scarlett Johansson's voice. So OpenAI at one point said, I can't remember if it was Sam or OpenAI itself. They were like, hey, so the one thing we're not going to do is like optimize for engagement with our products. And when I first heard the sexy, sultry, seductive Scarlett Johansson voice, and I finished cleaning up my pants, I was like, damn, that seems like optimization for something. I don't know if it like it.
Right. Otherwise, you get Richard Simmons to do the voice.
Exactly.
If you
That's my
want to
whole
turn
thing.
people on, there's a lot of other options.
That's an optimization for like growth of Google's thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, let's see what Google's got.
Yeah, Google's got to do Richard Simmons. Yeah.
Google's got to do Richard Simmons.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Boy. So, do you think that AI, if it does get to an AGI place, could it possibly be used to solve some of these puzzles that have eluded our simple minds?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean,
So
even
the
before,
potential advancements,
even
so we can't
before
all of
AGI.
them just-
No, it's like it's potentially positive, and even before AGI, because remember,
Yeah.
we talked about how these systems make mistakes that are totally different from the kinds of mistakes we make, right? And so what that means is we make a whole bunch of mistakes that an AI would not make, especially as it gets closer to our capabilities. And so I was reading this thought by Kevin Scott, who's the CTO of Microsoft. He has made a bet with a number of people that, in the next few years, an AI is going to solve this particular mathematical theorem conjecture called the Riemann hypothesis. It's like, how spaced out are the prime numbers, whatever, some like mathematical thing that for 100 years plus people have just like scratched their heads over. These things are incredibly valuable. His expectation is it's not going to be an AGI, it's going to be a collaboration between a human and an AI. Even on the way to that, before you hit AGI, there's a ton of value to be had because these systems think so fast. They're tireless compared to us. Like, they have different view of the world and can solve problems potentially in interesting ways. So